Take two. Hi everyone, this is Emily and this is my channel Blog's Life. Long time no see. I was meant to put a video out last week, but unfortunately I decided to delete the video completely by accident, which was a nightmare. So I'm kind of redoing this one, but hopefully I'll remember a few things along the way and just do a bit of a improv video, but hopefully you're still interested in my little trip to Stratford-upon-Avon. We took Naya, it was our first family trip. It was so exciting, we had such a lovely time, so I just thought I'd run you through the little tips I might have, or how we got on. You might have seen my last video about what we packed to go for Naya, and whether I stuck to that, I'll let you know now. But yeah, we had such a nice little trip, and hopefully you get to see a few little clips along the way. Hello, Baba. So yeah, first I'll start with getting there. So it was Stratford-upon-Avon. It took us actually 4.5 hours to get there, which was an absolute pain, because it's only about 2.5 hours. But part of the motorway was closed. We had a few diversions, and then when we hit Birmingham, it was absolute chaos. But we got there safe and sound, and on the way back, it was 2 hours straight, which was a brilliant little trip. But do you know what? Naya did really well. I was dreading it because I was thinking, oh God, what if she needs me in the car and she needs it to be fed and you can't stop anywhere. But do you know what? She did really, really well, and she slept the majority of it. We stopped off halfway and gave her a little feed, a change, and yeah, she went straight back to sleep. I took some express milk on the way there, and then we actually took some formula milk with us while we were there as well. I just thought it'd be easier to have stuff with us ready and not be panicking about breastfeeding everywhere, because I'm just not very good at public breastfeeding. That's just how it is. We took formula with us as well, and a cool bag, which I think is a really good handy tip to take with you. As I said in my last video, we took tons of stuff for Naya, which took up most of the car, and it was definitely overpacked. we took the pram with us, the travel cot, she obviously had the car seat and a suitcase, and we just took a suitcase between us as well. It was only a couple of nights, but you just feel like you need absolutely everything, and the weather was absolutely amazing while we were there, which is blooming typical because I packed for it being wintry. She had hats, gloves, coats. We even stopped off to Sainsbury's on the way because I was panicking that she needed a rain mac, and we ended up not using it the whole trip. So I suppose it was good if it did rain and things like that, but we did overpack for Naya, definitely. One tip I would say is don't go crazy with what they wear, because I was like thinking, oh, she'll have a nice pretty daytime outfit, then she'll have a sleep suit, when really we should have just let her be comfortable all day in a sleep suit if she wanted, or anything comfy for those punamis, which definitely did happen while we were there, but we'll get to that. But yeah, I think we did think too much into what she'd wear while we were there, and at the end of the day, she's still a baby and just wants to be comfy. But she did look really cute though, so it's okay. We did mainly use the car seat on top of the pram system. She wasn't in it long. We like to carry her around places so she can see out and about, because she's still at that age where she can't really face out in a pram yet. But we didn't want to lay her flat everywhere, so I don't know why we took the flat pram as well, but that took up loads of room in the car. So really we used the car seat for the majority of the time while we were there, because everywhere was really centrally located, so we were just walking everywhere, and then we'd pick her up so she wasn't in the car seat that often really. So yeah, when we got there, our little Airbnb was just right in the centre of town. We've never been to Stratford-upon-Avon before, but it's basically a lovely little town where Shakespeare's from. So there was loads of Shakespeare monuments, museums, where he grew up, his school and things like that. But that wasn't really our purpose of the trip, but it was so lovely to see, and it was a really pretty town, and obviously you learned a few things about Shakespeare along the way as well. It's a lovely little town, loads of little pubs, and when we got there was a food festival on, which was brilliant for me. So it was really busy, it was bustling, and it really reminded me of Chester, which is close to where we live. It was all like Tudor style houses, and yeah, it was really cool. We settled into our Airbnb, and then we just went straight out to the food markets really and potted about and put Naya in the pram. It was really busy, there was loads of people everywhere, and there was a great atmosphere, to be honest. There was music and all food stalls from around the world, which was lovely. There was like Jamaican stands, Persian, we got some lovely food from there, which was like a halloumi wrap. And I think Naya was a bit overwhelmed to begin with. Like there was a few times where the music was playing and she was a bit wide-eyed, and I think I've got quite a funny clip where her face is just like, this music is not for me. But yeah, it was really cute. We just wandered around everywhere and took in all the little sights. There was a big canal onto the river, little canal boats, ducks everywhere. It was just a really quaint, nice town. So yeah, we just potted about the first day, and then went back to our apartment, had a lovely cozy night in pretty much. And so Naya slept in a travel cot at the end of our bed. I was dreading it because I was thinking, how's she going to sleep? Obviously it's a new environment, and but if I think I did say in another video, we started setting up the travel cot in the living room just to get her used to sleeping in it, and she actually did really well. We stuck to a bit of a routine, bed, bath, book type thing, and it worked, and it was nice because me and Carl got to have a couple of hours in the living room afterwards, having like nice little drink, and she slept really well, so we were really lucky. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy. Second day we wanted to explore a bit more, and we went to a lovely butterfly farm, which was so cute. Again, like Naya was looking around at all the butterflies. There was like insects and reptiles and things like that. It was a really good day out, to be honest.
Nice, Naya. Ooh.
I think it was £8 each, and obviously the baby was free, so it was just something nice to do. But while we were there, she had a punami, which do you know what, she was good. She didn't cry or anything, it just obviously went everywhere. And do you know what, the facilities there were great, really child friendly, dead clean, so we managed to clean her up and just change her into a bodysuit, and she was absolutely fine. But that was just the one little mishap we kind of had while we were out and about, but it was absolutely fine. But one thing I will say as well, actually, Stratford-upon-Avon was so good for public toilets and things like that. So clean, and there was one in the centre of town that we just stopped off at and changed her one day, and I was so impressed because you don't get that in many towns and cities where I've seen, and it was a good little addition to having a baby. It's what you've got to look out for now, isn't it? All the nice toilets dotted about. But yeah, that was really good. And then that night we treated ourselves to a roast dinner, which was lovely. right down on the front by the canal. And Naya slept again, so me and Carl could treat ourselves to a little glass of wine and just take in cosy pub atmosphere and a gorgeous roast dinner as well. So yeah, it was a really chilled, relaxed holiday. One tip I would say is read your baby's cues when they're like fed up and ready to go back. We were really lucky where the apartment was, because as I say, we were right in the middle of town, and if we did want to go back, it would take us 5 minutes tops to walk back again. And there was a few times where I suppose she was out of her comfort zone, she was out a little bit later than she would be at home, and we'd just take her back, let her have a little refresh, and we'd come back out again. And yeah, she was really good, and that was one tip that I'd say. Yeah, as first holidays go, I think everything was quite successful, and it's just made me want to go to loads more places in the UK. We are so lucky, everything's on our doorstep really, isn't it? And obviously we do want an abroad holiday at one point, but we haven't been abroad since 2018. So like it would be lovely to take the baby away, but I think we should just make the most of going to nice little places around the UK. We're going to Whitby next year with my mum, which would be really nice. And yeah, we just want to fit in a few other little places. So if you've got any suggestions where's like baby friendly, where have you been on holiday, let me know in the comments. Yeah, overall, I haven't got anything else to say. I mean, she didn't have any meltdowns, so I haven't really got anything to say on that front. But yeah, just know your own baby when they're ready to go back home, and obviously be prepared, because obviously back in the day, I've not been as prepared with the nappy bag, but this time, every time we left the apartment, we were kind of like, right, have we got everything with us? Where we booked was great as well. It was really nice. The only one downside I would say, it had stairs leading up to the apartment, so every time you had to bring the pram up, and it was a bit to and fro with that, but it was fine. Yeah, that's just a bit of a short video to just fill you in on how the trip went. Hopefully I've showed you a few little clips along the way, and I think my next video will be a bit more to do with cooking. It's getting slow cooker weather, isn't it? We're just currently making beef stew. Well, scouse for tea, so I might do a bit of a video on nice comfort food for the autumn, and yeah, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. Yeah, so take care. Ooh, it makes me wonder